Hello and welcome to Recharge Wrestling. It's Fisher here, and it's time for the Wrestlemania predictions. Watch out for the other guys' videos; they'll be going up as well. I think Keeney's already recorded his and probably going out before this, so watch that if you haven't already. And we're going to do 2 separate videos. We may even do 3 because of NXT as well. But we're certainly doing 2 for the WrestleMania. We're doing 1 for night 1 and 1 for night 2. Obviously, predictions only count as 1 show for those of you who predict and join in. We'll be putting our tweets up soon for that, so look out for that on our Twitter at Recharge Wrestle. But I'm just going to quickly talk through the card and talk about who I think is going to win each match, and I'm going to give reasons why. And there's a couple of ones where they're not official yet, but I'm going to talk about them as well, or they're not officially matches. So I'll start with the Stone Cold Kevin Owens showdown, if you like. It's not a match, so I'm not going to predict a winner here because I don't think there will be an official winner, or there certainly isn't advertised to be an official winner. So I'm just going to say what I think is going to happen. I think we're going to get not an official match, but I do think we'll get Stone Cold being fairly physical here. For the first time in a long time. He has apparently been training hard for this. I think the promos building up to it, Owens especially last night saying, this isn't Stone Cold, it's just Steve. It's not, you haven't seen it for 19 years. If he tries anything, I'm going to stunner him. So I think Owens is going to rile him up, and then Austin's going to hit him maybe. They're going to have a brawl, and then maybe it'll last 2 or 3 minutes. He'll get a few moves in, Austin. Owens maybe will turn it around, go for a stunner, and then get hit with a stunner, and that'll be it. Maybe a beer bath. Yeah. But Austin's going to lead the segment on top, I think. The other one is not officially, well, it's an officially announced match, but there's no opponent announced, which is obviously the Seth Rollins match, which has been announced now from last night's Raw. Really interesting segment with Vince to set this up. I think it's obviously everyone knows who the opponent is. There is still speculation it could be other people, but Cody has signed. Apparently that's been the plan. I think it's definitely going to be Cody. So I'm going to predict the match as if it's Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins. So we can predict the opponent, or we can predict Seth, basically. So I'm going to predict the opponent, which I'm pretty sure is going to be Cody. Seth's going to come down for his match on night 1. I wouldn't mind seeing it open the show, and you get, the crowd sort of gearing up for it, and then Cody's music hits and he comes down. They have a really good 15, 20-minute match, hopefully, and Cody wins. That's my prediction. If it is Cody, I don't think I can't see Seth winning, because Cody should win his first match back, obviously, and I don't think it's hurt Seth that much to lose. It's still it's about the moment, really, isn't it? It's not really for a title or anything. So I think that's what's going to happen there. We have another match that was announced last night. Isn't on my list here, so I don't want to forget it. Which is Omos versus Bobby Lashley. This is a really interesting one. I'm really not sure what to go for here. I was thinking when there was rumours of this match, I was thinking surely Lashley's going to beat Omos, but they are protecting Omos a lot, and they do see him as a big deal, a giant. And obviously Lashley did finally knock him off his feet last night. And I've heard some interesting theories regarding MVP. Omos could do with a mouthpiece for sure. An MVP turning on Lashley and going with Omos would be a good swerve and a good thing to do, I think. And maybe I'm going to get sucked into it. I think Lashley should win. I don't want to see Lashley lose, but I'm going to go for Omos to win here, because I feel like they see something in Omos and he's protected. And Lashley now is, I think, turning face, and maybe they'll do this match again, especially if MVP does turn. Maybe they do the match again at Backlash or something, and Lashley maybe gets the win there. But I can see Omos getting a moment here where he wins. But I'm really not sure on this one at all. And then, so we go through the rest of the card. We've got the tag team match that's been announced last night, which is King Woods and Kofi Kingston versus Ridge Holland and Sheamus. It's a shame. I mean, I said it on the podcast, I thought they would do this match, but I thought they would have the in-ring debut of Butch here, and he would get put into this match, which would have made it a bit more interesting because at least we haven't seen Butch or Pete Dunne on the main roster yet. And so giving him his Mania debut would have been cool, but they're not doing that. They're just going with, I'm sure the original plan was a 6-man tag with Big E and Butch in the match. I'm sure that was the plan, but obviously I'd have preferred to see Hot Ridge replaced by Pete Dunne. This is a match that we've seen enough of. It's been done on SmackDown to death. I don't really understand the point of it, to be honest with you. I'm going to go for the New Day to win. I think it's kind of a predictable match in that sense. I can't see them not winning. You've also got, I think that'll be on the pre-show as well. I really think that'll be the pre-show match. Singles match between Drew McIntyre and Happy Corbin, another match that doesn't really need to be done. A strange decision to book a handicap match last night on Raw. And this one is probably the most obvious match on the card for me. I cannot see Drew not winning this match. Maybe he's going to be the first person to pick out the end of days. Happy Corbin hasn't lost in this gimmick, and I think Drew just beats him. I think the match will actually be okay, because I think they're both, obviously, Corbin is decent in the ring, and Drew's great. So I think the match will be good. It's just no one's invested in it whatsoever because of the build and the character of Happy Corbin, I think. And it just seems a bit unnecessary. So, but yeah, Drew wins. SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Jimmy and Jey Uso versus Rick Boogs and Shinsuke Nakamura. I've been a bit torn on this one because the Bloodline, I mean, I'm not going to give my prediction for night 2 with the Roman Reigns match, but it makes sense kind of for the Bloodline to be kept strong and keep getting it. They'll have, if they have the WWE title in them as well, the tag titles, you could do that where they've got like 4 belts. But I think it's time to switch the belts over. I don't see who the Usos can face next for these titles. So I want a title change here. And I think Boogs is getting popular. I think they seem to like him. I think Boogs will probably get the pin in this match, actually. So I'm going to go for the new tag team champions, Rick Boogs and Shinsuke Nakamura. I think that makes sense to me. Another tag team match, not for the titles. 3 tag team matches on night 1. I think the night 2 card's better, although to be fair, the addition of, I think the Stone Cold thing and the addition of Seth and Cody will make, assuming it is Cody, will make it a lot stronger. And Omos and Lashley as well. But the list I've got here, night 1 is not really that particularly strong. So Dominic and Rey Mysterio versus Logan Paul and Miz. The Miz looked a bit of an idiot last night on the show. Logan Paul obviously will raise mask. And again, it just feels like the baby faces have to win here. It's very rare that celebrities lose in a WrestleMania match. They normally get their moment. So it wouldn't surprise me if Logan Paul did pin like Dominic. And this feud maybe continues, or you can do, I don't know. But I've got to go for Dominic and Rey to get their revenge. And it'll just be Miz taking the pin, and Logan Paul won't then lose as such. But I've seen training videos of Logan Paul, and he actually looks better than I thought it was going to be. Maybe he's going to surprise us. I know a lot of people don't like him, but I think it could be a better match than we think it's going to be, hopefully. But yeah, I'm going for the Mysterios to win. And then the 2 big matches on the card, really, on the same night, weirdly, is the 2 women's championship matches. I thought they'll do one on one night and one on the other, but that's not the case. I'm going to go for Becky and Bianca first. This one, I was absolutely certain until Raw that Bianca was going to win. But the angle made me think that maybe she won't, because obviously the hair situation, I thought it was a really good angle to set this up. Bianca came out on top, and now I've seen, again, I've heard people say maybe they do a hair versus hair match down the line, or hair versus title match down the line. And if they did that, I think it makes sense for Becky to win here. Then Bianca beg for one more chance, but Becky's like, "Oh, I'll give you one more chance. But if I win, that braid goes." I think that makes a lot of sense. So I'm torn now, but I still think that they should have Bianca Belair win here. I don't see the point in dragging this out further. They may well do it on Backlash and have Bianca win there in a hair versus title match. It wouldn't surprise me, but I'm going to go for Bianca Belair. I just think it's time to take the title off Becky Lynch. And WrestleMania is the biggest time of the year to do it. So I'm going to go for it there. And Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey. Haven't enjoyed the build up to that much. Ronda looks like she's sticking around. She's advertised for the tour that we're going on. There's a tour in London next month in the UK. We've bought tickets for that, and Ronda Rousey's advertised for it. Looks like she's sticking around with WWE for a while. I don't see her sticking around if she doesn't win this match. There's no point in her sticking around if she loses. So I think we're going to get a run as Ronda with SmackDown Women's Championship. She's another one. I want to see her have a mouthpiece. I thought her promo, she stumbled all over it on Friday. So if it carries on like that, I wouldn't want to see her as champion for too long. But then again, I'm also bored of Charlotte. So I've got to go for Ronda to win. So I've actually gone for, I think on this show, I've gone for every title to change hands out of the 3, I think, that were on the line. The one I could see maybe not switching is Becky Lynch. But I'm not going to talk myself into that. I went for the risky one with Omos. I think that's the one. It was one of them I was thinking, right, I'm going to change my mind, because I was thinking Lashley and Belair, but then I was thinking maybe Lynch and Omos. So I didn't want to change both of them. On a whim and on thoughts that maybe it's easy to overthink situations and think maybe down the line this is their plan, and stop thinking about that and just go for who you think is going to win in the moment. So that's why I've gone for Belair to win, and I think Ronda winning and close. I think that might main event, and Ronda closing out night 1 with the championship makes the most sense. So yeah, that's night 1 covered. I will be recording night 2 in a separate video. I will be predicting all the big matches there: Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Edge, AJ Styles, etc., etc. Really looking forward to that one. I'm really looking forward to the show. So yeah, watch out for the other guys' videos and NXT and Stand and Deliver ones as well. Follow us on Twitter @RechargeWrestle. I've been Fisher. Goodbye for now.